What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. With that being said, man, I want to speak on Steph Curry because I think Steph Curry kind of get like overlooked when it comes to like being like the in that GOAT conversation, and not and in my opinion, not to say that like he's one of he is the greatest of all time, but I mean like of his era, like, and like in the 2010s and beyond, because you got to remember Steph Curry got 4 rings, right? And so he got 4 rings, which can't be overlooked. Now, some people wouldn't consider Steph Curry like them to be a dynasty because of like the amount of time it took them to get 4 rings. But I think they will be close, to being a dynasty. But anyway, so he got 4 rings, and so like with consider him or compare him to like his peers, like Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant has 2 rings. Um, who else was in his class? Then you got LeBron James. Now LeBron James also had 4, right? But in my opinion, what hurts LeBron James is the fact that LeBron James got rings with like 3 different teams. So he got 2 rings in Miami. Then he got 1 ring in Cleveland, and then he went to he went to the Lakers and got another ring. And so and then that last ring that he got was like the bubble championship. That was like a shortened season. So some people even put an asterisk next to that, because people, it was just an odd situation, and then some people didn't want to play and all that. But the thing I think that what makes Steph Curry, I think he should get credit for, though, is the fact that Steph Curry came in and he played, for the so far for the bulk of all his rings have been with the Golden State Warriors, right? And so he got 4 rings with the Golden State Warriors, and I think it was good for the fans to see like a guy come up, stay with one team, and just kind of like go through the trials and tribulations and gradually get better, and do everything he had to do to make his team a winner, like right before Steph Curry was able to turn it around and able to to start making it to the playoffs, then eventually go and start winning rings. Golden State was actually getting ready to move Steph Curry. They was getting ready to trade him. I think they was going to trade him, if I'm not mistaken, to the Milwaukee Bucks. Because early in Steph Curry's career, he was having issues with his ankles, and he was starting to miss time, and he couldn't stay. They thought he couldn't stay healthy. They thought he was going to be like one of those players who was chronically injured. But fortunately for Golden State, they kept him. I think, what was the guy they got rid of? DeMonte. I forgot his name. But yeah, they got rid of him. They got rid of the other guy and moved him out, and they kept Steph Curry. And from there, it's just been Steph Curry was able to go on and get his 4 rings with one team. Like I said, you get to see this guy like gradually just get better and better and better, get over that hurdle. You know what I mean? You get to the playoffs, you get knocked out, but eventually you get over that hurdle and you win. And then once you get that first championship, that first taste of victory, now you know how to do it. Now you want to do it again. And so and that's what Steph Curry has been able to do with the Golden State Warriors. He's just been able to just get better and better, and then he learned how to win. And and that's old school basketball. Like when your franchise ball player, stays in he stays with the team that originally drafted him, and then he leads them to a championship, even if he only get one. and he's not, and you know, even if he only was able to get one, I thought that would have been a win for Steph Curry. But you know, he wound up getting 4, and he got 4 championships in an era where everybody is talking about like LeBron James is the GOAT, which I don't see how LeBron James is the GOAT when Steph Curry beat him in championship play 3 out of 4 times. So 3 of the rings that Steph Curry have, he beaten the so-called GOAT. Now where they do that at, right? Because in a tennis match, you know, if you win 1 set and the other person win 2 sets or 3 sets, that's not a victory. The person with 3 sets win. You know, in boxing, you know, when you win, you know, the person who win the most rounds, that's the person who won the fight. You know, in boxing, in most times, or in baseball, you know, like if in a series, you know, whoever wins the most rounds, I mean, whoever win the most games in baseball in a series, like in a 7-game series, if you win 4 and the other team win 3, they're not going to give that championship to the team that won 3. It don't work like that, you know. And so how in head-to-head matchups, when you have somebody like Steph Curry who beat LeBron, you know, 3 out of 4 times, how is you know, how is Steph Curry not getting the amount of respect and appreciation that he should? You know, like I said, he beat this guy 3 out of 4 times, and in my opinion, I just think that Steph Curry of his era, he's the greatest player of his era, basically, better than LeBron James, better than Kevin Durant, better than James Harden, Joel Embiid, anybody you want to name, anybody in this era. You know, I think, you know, nobody's even close to, with the exception of LeBron, nobody's even close to having the amount of rings that Steph Curry had, you know. And so you got to give it to Steph. Got to give it to Steph. And so that's my take on it. With that being said, make sure to like and subscribe. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Steph Curry and his career. And do you think he's the greatest player of his era? Yeah, don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.